Yan po ay patunay na may rule of law, rule of truth and justice sa ating bansa. At kung meron po mang nagaganap na EJK, eh di po yan pinahintulutan ng gobyerno.
A local court convicts 3 Caloocan policemen in the killing of 17-year-old Kian Delos Santos. Malacañang believes President Rodrigo Duterte is unlikely to grant pardon on cops who were convicted in Kian Delos Santos' murder.
I will wipe you from the face of the earth.
And President Rodrigo Duterte threatens to wipe out the clan of Parohinog said to be linked to the narcotics trade in Osamis City. Good evening. 3 Caloocan policemen involved in the killing of 17-year-old Kian Delos Santos last year have been sentenced to reclusion perpetua and were ordered by a local court to compensate the victim's family. The Philippine National Police, meanwhile, considers the court's decision a huge blow to the government's anti-drug campaign. Mai Bermudez tells us why.
Judge Rodolfo Azucena Jr. of the Caloocan Regional Trial Court Branch 125 convicted 3 policemen for the murder of 17-year-old Kian Delos Santos. The court has found PO3 Arnel Owares, PO1 Jeremiah Pereda, and PO1 Jerwin Cruz guilty beyond reasonable doubt in the killing of Delos Santos on August 16, 2017. Delos Santos was among the 82 individuals killed during the one-time big-time operation in Metro Manila and Bulacan from August 15 to 18, 2017. Judge Azucena sentenced the convicted policemen to reclusion perpetua or up to 40 years in prison. The court also ordered them to compensate the family of Delos Santos with 100,000 pesos as civil indemnity, 100,000 pesos for moral damages, and 45,000 pesos for actual damages. Different sectors held a candle lighting activity, a symbolic move to celebrate judicial victory, and a call to end impunity.
Nakuha namin yung hustisya para kay Kian at nagpapasalamat din kami kay Ma'am Persida Acosta sa BACC sa lahat po ng grupo na tumulong. Hindi ko na po kayo iisa-isahin. Alam niyo naman kung sino po kayo. Maging sa press people, sa pagtulong po at sa pagtutok sa kaso namin, maraming salamat.
Yan po ay patunay na may rule of law, rule of truth and justice sa ating bansa. At kung meron po mang nagaganap na EJK, panahon-panahon ni Secretary de Lima, may mga memo na siya at guidelines sa EJK. Eh di po yan pinahintulutan ng gobyerno, yung EJK na yan. Kaya pag meron pong kapulisan o sino mang law enforcer na lumabag sa operations manual ng PNP at ng investigative body ay mananagot po sila sa batas.
The convicted policeman earlier claimed that Delos Santos, who was alleged as a drug runner, resisted arrest and fought back by pulling a trigger at them. However, a footage from a nearby closed-circuit television camera or CCTV showed that the teenager was dragged by the police officers to an alley where his lifeless body was later found. Investigation revealed that Delos Santos was shot in a kneeling position, which led to the conclusion that the crime was an apparent execution. The court, however, acquitted the 3 cops for charges of planting of evidence after the prosecutors failed to present witnesses and documents. The court also recognized in the ruling that policemen are putting their lives in danger to fulfill their duty to protect the people, but using too much force is never an option and killing is never a function of law enforcement. The Philippine National Police, meanwhile, respects the court's decision. And though they see this as a huge blow to the government's anti-drug campaign, PNP spokesperson Chief Superintendent Benigno Durana vows that the fight against drugs will continue.
This is probably a setback, but at the same time, we are equally, telling our people, and as expressed time and again, even by the Commander-in-Chief, that he will be fully supporting police personnel, security personnel who are doing their job within the bounds of the law. But those who are doing their job outside of the bounds of the law, we are equally hard against them.
The administrative cases of Cruz, Pereda, and Owares remain pending in the PNP Internal Affairs Service. Mai Bermudez, UNTV News and Rescue, Caloocan City.
Meanwhile, Malacañang strongly believes that President Rodrigo Duterte will in no way grant pardon to the 3 cops convicted in the killing of Kian Delos Santos. Meanwhile, the Commission on Human Rights calls on the government to step up its efforts in delivering justice for all victims of the alleged extrajudicial killings. Rosalie Cos tells us why.
The Commission on Human Rights considers it a welcome development that the Caloocan Regional Trial Court convicted the 3 cops involved in the killing of 17-year-old Kian Delos Santos. CHR Commissioner Chito Gascon thanked all those who assisted in securing justice in the case, particularly the eyewitnesses, the church workers and human rights defenders who offered sanctuary, and the investigators and prosecutors who performed their duty. Malacañang, for its part, commended the efforts for the speedy resolution of the case. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo says the conviction of the 3 Caloocan cops is the proof that judicial system is still in effect in the country.
Well, it is a triumph of justice. It shows that this country has a robust judicial system. It also shows that in the solemn speech of the president the first time, he said, when he declared war on drugs, those who will abuse their authority will have hell to pay.
Malacañang strongly believes that the president will in no way grant pardon to the 3 cops because, as Panelo claims, their crime is not covered by President Duterte's vow that he would take full responsibility for every loss of life in legitimate police operations.
The president will never tolerate policemen who intentionally kills, who have done it not in accordance with the performance of their duties.
So
obviously if the conviction is murder, which is intentional, then I don't think the president will pardon.
Meanwhile, Gascon calls on the government to step up their efforts in delivering justice for all victims of EJ case by ensuring that all perpetrators are apprehended and charged. Rosalie Cos, UNTV News and Rescue, Malacañang.
Authorities have arrested the vice mayor of Habonga town in Agusan del Norte after the police and drug enforcement agency operatives raided his home on Wednesday. Victor Cosare tells us why.
Habonga Agusan del Norte Vice Mayor Gleserio Monton has been taken into the custody of the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency Regional Office 13 after operatives allegedly found guns and illegal drugs during a raid in his home on Wednesday at dawn. Authorities recovered a hand grenade and 60 grams of suspected shabu with an estimated value of over 700,000 pesos. According to the Agusan del Norte PNP, Monton is on the narco list of President Rodrigo Duterte. He surrendered under the Oplan Tokhang in August of last year and refuted allegations of involvement in illegal drugs. Prior to the operation on Wednesday, he was placed under police surveillance for a year.
He is already a high-value target. Gitokhang siya sa atong tawo niya, pag umanato ni ato siya sa atong police station to deny such allegation. Alam po natin na hindi madaling mag-build up ng case. So hindi tayo pwedeng magbasta-basta lang.
The PNP denied allegations that Monton's arrest was politically motivated as he is running for re-election in 2019.
Imposible kayo na siya nga politically motivated ba? Isakyan lang na siguro siya. But kabaluman mo sa atong kapulisan na wala ka na play allegiance to any party.
Monton is facing charges for violation of Republic Act 9165 or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002 and illegal possession of firearms and explosives. The PNP added that aside from Vice Mayor Monton, they are also monitoring other high-value targets in the province of Agusan. Victor Cosare, UNTV News and Rescue, Philippines.
President Rodrigo Duterte wants Police Superintendent Jovi Espinido to be reassigned back to Osamis City. This is after he threatened to wipe out the entire clan of the Parojinogs who were said to be involved in the narcotics trade. Rosalie Cos tells us why.
President Rodrigo Duterte on Wednesday warned to wipe out from the face of the earth the surviving members of the Parojinog family. The political clan of slain Osamis City Mayor Reynaldo Parojinog is believed to have a wide network of illegal drugs trade. The president said the Paruhinog should stop threatening the locals in Osamis City, especially the witnesses in their cases, or else he will wipe out the entire clan.
Kanang pamilyahan na Parahinog, undang namog panghadlok. I will wipe you from the face of the earth. Inanta mo. Tilukon tagyan mo dere.
Malacañang, however, was quick to clarify that Duterte's warning against the Paruhinogs should not be taken in a literal sense.
He's actually referring to those who involved in drugs. They should be prosecuted to the fullest. Killing will only come if they resist arrest, if they do violence to those who are enforcing the law.
The chief executive also issued a stern warning against local mayors allegedly involved in illegal drugs and also policemen who are conniving with the Paruhinog clan. In line with this, Duterte called on Philippine National Police Director General Oscar Albayalde to reassign Police Superintendent Jovi Espinido back to Osamis City. Espinido plotted a raid in the compound of the Paruhinogs last year, which resulted in the death of then Mayor Reynaldo Paruhinog Sr. and 15 other individuals. According to Malacañang, the president just wants to restore order and to eliminate all illegal drug activities in the city.
Pwede ibig sabihin, gawin mong maging lawful yung lugar na yun, hindi lawless.
And that includes exterminating?
That includes dismantling the drug apparatus. That means prosecuting the people involved. That means putting them in jail where they belong. And rehabilitate those who have been addicted to drugs.
Prior to the president's order, Espinido was assigned to Police Regional Office 8 in Eastern Visayas. Rosa Licoz, UNTV News and Rescue, Malacañang.
In other news, President Rodrigo Duterte appoints Attorney Aileen Lizada as the new commissioner of the Civil Service Commission. President Duterte signed Lizada's appointment paper on November 9, 2018. Prior to her appointment to the CSC, Lizada served as board member of the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, or LTFRB. She will replace Robert Martinez at CSC, and her term will end on February 2, 2025. The two teams from Mindanao are ready to be wish-covered in the second season of Wishcovery, the Singer and the Song. Leslie Longbowen tells us why.
Knowing Benny Saturno's top 12 Wishcoveries from Caraga region in Wishcovery Season 2, The Singer and the Song, the singing hopefuls from Davao region who made it to Camp Boy Christopher were revealed last night.
Pag kumanta ka, dapat tama sa tono, no? Ayoko rin ng wala sa timing. Yun ang mga mortals ng music eh. Kaya dapat yun ang number 1 na alam nyo na meron kayo.
Completing the two teams from Mindanao are Angelica Bermoy,
like the sun that lights up my whole world. I feel the warmth inside.
April Yu, Dulce Lumiktin,
one day I forget about you. You'd see I won't ever miss you someday.
Ira Andrade, Arroyo,
at aalis, magbabalik at uulitin.
Jiday Diaz-Supan, Jilly Canha, John Rex Palmes.
Ngunit bakit sa tuwing ako'y lumalapit, ika'y lumalayo?
Judy Nagaliza.
Never thought I would be right for you. I just can't compare you with anything in this world.
Landon Ascuña.
Bawat hangad kayang abutin, sa pangambay di pa alipin.
Lenny Birang.
Feeling ka, araw-gabi tayong dalawa.
And Meryl Abelia.
Pito, sa kanitet na tet ako, huwag mo nang tagalan ang paghihirap ng puso ko.
Meanwhile, the first team from Visayas from Camp Top Lizada will be revealed later at 9:30 p.m. on Wish 1075 YouTube channel. Leslie Lumbuan, UNTV News and Rescue, Philippines.
Up next on Y News. The Department of Health blames dengvaxia scare and terrorism on the rise of measles cases in the country. PNP releases list of prohibited firecrackers and pyrotechnic devices ahead of the holiday season. And the Manila International Airport Authority denies the accusation of two OFWs who claim to have lost some of their valuable items in MIAA. Y News will be right back after this quick break. Welcome back to Y News, and here are the headlines. LPG prices to drop by 5 pesos per kilogram effective December 1st. The LTFRB reiterates strong campaign against abusive and snobby cab drivers.
There is a significant drop in the confidence of our people in the immunization program of the DOH.
And the Department of Health blames dengvaxia scare and terrorism on the rise of measles cases in the country. LPG prices are expected to drop by as much as 5 pesos per kilogram beginning next week, following an increase in oil supply and short winter season in other countries. Mon Hokson tells us why.
Prices of liquefied petroleum gas are expected to go down by 5 pesos per kilogram starting December 1. This means that consumers will be able to save 55 pesos for every 11 kilogram LPG cylinder. This is good news, particularly for local eatery owner Joseph Estores, who usually buys and uses up to 11 LPG tanks each week. The expected price slash will enable Joseph to save up to 605 pesos in total LPG tank costs. He also plans to revert the size of their viand servings that he adjusted when commodity prices skyrocketed in the past months.
Maganda po yung mangyayari niya kasi makakabawi po kami sa nakaraan po kasi medyo humina po yung benta po namin dahil po sa mahal talaga yung mga gas talaga.
According to industry players, the LPG price reduction is in line with the increase in oil supply in the world market. The Department of Energy also attributes the hefty price slash to low demand due to a short winter season in other countries.
Sila yung short winter season Unlike dati, di ba, parang mahaba-haba ang LPG is heating fuel. So kung short ang winter season, hindi ganun kataas ang demand.
The DOE expects further drop in LPG prices as it is only the 4th day of trading and there are few days left before December 1. Mon Hokson, UNTV News and Rescue, Quezon City.
The Manila International Airport Authority denies the accusation of two overseas Filipino workers who claimed in a viral video that they lost valuable items from their check-in baggages when they arrived at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. Joa Anano tells us why.
A video showing two overseas Filipino workers claiming to have lost valuable items, including cell phones and jewelries at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport, recently went viral. In the video, the OFWs were appealing for President Rodrigo Duterte's help after they allegedly lost some of their belongings amounting to more than 40,000 pesos. One of the two OFWs in the video, identified as Andrew Montes, arrived in the Philippines several days ago after he was deported by the government of Saudi Arabia. Montes claimed that before they passed through the immigration counter in Jeddah, they were asked to take off their wristwatch, jackets and socks and place it on their check-in baggage. When they landed in Manila, they were surprised to find out that their mobile phones, cash money and some jewelry were missing in the baggage. In response, the Manila International Airport Authority coordinated with the ground handler of Saudi Airline at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport and found no basis for Montes' allegation. MIAA General Manager Eddie Monreal also said that placing valuable items in check-in baggage such as cash, gadget and jewelries are prohibited in airlines protocol and are subject to proper declaration.
Ang kwento sa akin ni Andrew na pilit daw silang sinabihan ng immigration sa Jeddah, police or whatever, hindi man binigay sa masyadong detalye, natanggalin daw yung mga valuables nila at ilagay sa check-in bag. Sa protocols ho natin, no ho yun na dapat nilalagay sa hand carry as a check-in bag yung mga valuables. Hindi rin ho dineklara sa airline yung mga valuables na apparently nilagay doon sa check-in bag.
The Saudia airline has also informed Montes that the company cannot be made liable for undeclared valuables placed inside his baggage. Several reports from other Filipino deportees, however, have been observed based on records claiming that they also lost items from their check-in luggage in previous Saudi airline flights. GM Monreal has assured to extend help to Montes even if his belongings were not actually lost in NAIA. He also discouraged the public from posting complaints on social media if they cannot provide basis to support their claim.
So ako naman nakikiusap sa kanya na bago mag-akusa, siguraduhin muna natin kung talagang saan nangyari. Kasi at the end of the day, hindi lang MIAA napapasama, yung ating buong bansa ang mapapasama. Dahil siyempre, yung mga nakakabasa, yung mga turista, magkakaroon ng negative impression.
Joanano, UNTV News and Rescue, Parañaque City.
The LTFRB reiterates its strong campaign against abusive and snobby cab drivers ahead of the holiday season. Joanano is back to tell us why.
The Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board reminded the public of its strong campaign against abusive taxicab drivers, especially this holiday season. LTFRB Chairman Martin Delgras said on Monday the agency will relaunch Oplan Isnabero, which apprehends cab drivers who offer fixed charges, overpricing, contracting or snubbing their would-be passengers. The measure is in preparation for the surge of shoppers in major malls this holiday season.
Kung meron lang din ang panawagan natin dito na you take a picture of the taxi, makita natin yung pangalan ng taxi unit at saka yung plate number at saka a narrative doon sa nangyari na yan, no? Kung saan banda, anong ginawa ng taxi driver, no? Kung meron mang pangkongontrata o dagdag pasahe, dagdag doon sa kung anong nakalagay doon sa taxi unit, ano? Give us some of the details kasi we also cannot simply proceed with investigation and hearing, more so on resolving the case pag wala tayong mga detalye, no?
Drivers caught offending their passengers will be penalized with 5,000 peso fine for the first offense, 10,000 peso for the second offense, and 15,000 plus suspension of franchise for the third offense. Based on LTFRB data, they received more than 700 complaints of overcharging from January 2017 to November 27 this year. There will be around 1,300 complaints meanwhile against snubby drivers. LTFRB, however, admits that they lack personnel to fully implement the Oplan Isnabero. That's why the agency plans to tap the services of mall and bus terminal security personnel to help discipline arrogant drivers. The Manila International Airport Authority strictly implements stringent measures against abusive drivers, especially at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport or NAIA. MIAA General Manager Eddie Monreal warned the abusive drivers will no longer be allowed to operate inside the airport premises, and the agency will not hesitate to file appropriate charges against them.
Tuloy-tuloy ho ang pag-ikot ng ating mga tauhan. Iilan na lang po. At kung meron man, immediately nare-resolve po natin. Meron tayong hinabol na nagbiktima ng Koreano. Nahuli na ho at pinapailan na ho ng kaso. So, tuloy-tuloy natin. Hindi natin mawawala yung mga ganong mga challenges.
Complaints can be forwarded to LTFRB hotline numbers 1342 or through the LTFRB official Facebook page or email to complaint.ltfrb.gov.ph@gmail.com. John Ano, UNTV News and Rescue.
The Philippine National Police releases a list of prohibited firecrackers ahead of the holiday season. The PNP also warns manufacturers and sellers anew against violating the policy that limits the use of firecrackers and pyrotechnic devices. Leia Ilagan tells us why.
The Philippine National Police vows to strictly implement and monitor violators of the policy that regulates the use of firecrackers and pyrotechnic devices. Based on the list released by the PNP on Thursday, prohibited firecrackers include overweight or those weighing more than 2 grams or having a gunpowder content of 1.3 teaspoons. Oversized firecrackers like Super Lolo, Whistle Bomb, and imported finished products are also prohibited, as well as fireworks with fuses that burn less than 3 seconds but not more than 6 seconds, and those that contain mixtures of phosphorus or sulfur with chlorates. Also listed among the prohibited firecrackers are Super Lolo, Piccolo, Whistle Bomb, Goodbye Philippines, Atomic Triangle, Large Judas Belt, Large Bawang, Bosa, Pillbox, Plapla, Lolo Thunder, and other powerful fireworks imported from other countries. Firecrackers with hazardous chemicals like Wa2C are also not allowed. According to PNP Firearms and Explosive Office spokesperson Chief Inspector Domer Tadeo, they released the list early to inform the public and to monitor the selling and manufacturing of fireworks early.
Bawal po yun dahil harmful po yun, lalo na sa mga bata pag nakakain o nasaswalo. Kaya in coordination sa DOH, ipinagbawal din natin yung ganong klaseng paputok.
The PNP meanwhile named firecrackers that are allowed to be used in designated firecracker zones. These are baby rocket, small bawang, El Diablo, Judas Belt, paper caps, pulling of strings, sky rocket, and small triangle. While authorized pyrotechnic devices to be used in designated fireworks display zones are butterfly, fountain, jumbo, regular, and special, luces, mabuhay, Roman candle, sparklers, trompilyo, whistle devices, and other equivalent types.
Mag-ingat po tayo sa paghawak ng ating mga paputok at doon lang tayo magpaputok sa mga designated na fireworks display area sa ating mga barangay.
The PNP warns to apprehend, revoke the license, and confiscate the goods of those found violating the policy. Leia Ilagan, UNTV, News and Rescue, Camp Crame.
Meanwhile, the Department of Health blames the dengvaxia controversy for the more than 300% increase of measles cases in the country. According to DOH, this is the result of the public's lack of trust and confidence on the government's immunization program due to the dengvaxia controversy. Aiko Miguel will tell us why.
Measles cases in the country already reached more than 17,000 cases from January to November this year. The record shows a 367 increase compared to the same period in 2017. According to the Department of Health, the number of cases increased due to the public's lack of trust and confidence on the immunization program of the government, which was caused by the dengvaxia controversy.
There are certain regions that had been affected by the continuing dengvaxia issue, the dengvaxia controversy.
According to the DOH, since the dengvaxia immunization became a controversy in the country, many Filipinos feared getting immunized. Filipinos have also avoided even the trusted vaccines, which had long been in use and proven effective. This is also the reason why measles outbreak, which resulted in 6 death cases, was recorded in Zamboanga last February. This October, measles cases in Bicol have also increased to 300%. And just yesterday, 18 death cases were recorded in Sarangani province, bringing the total to 84 in the province alone. Common signs and symptoms for suspected measles typically include fever, runny nose, cough, red eyes, and sore throat, followed by a rash that spread all over the body. All of the suspect cases have no history of measles before. The DOH also created an investigating team to monitor the measles cases in Sarangani province. The cases are from Bilaan tribe, where vaccination is never practiced. According to Secretary Duque, these areas are also conflict-affected, which is the reason why health services cannot easily reach the residents.
It's also NPA infested, and so this is really one of the challenges under the universal health care. No? This is something that we really need to prioritize. No?
Meanwhile, there are more than 200 children immunized in the affected areas to prevent them from being infected with measles. Aiko Miguel, UNTV News and Rescue, Manila.
The wishful nation in Dubai should be prepared for a concert to remember. Leslie Longbowen tells us why.
The Wishfuls are all set for the first leg of their highly anticipated international mini concert series to be held in Dubai. They assured their fans in the Middle East of an exciting and a memorable concert.
Abangan nila ang hindi pa nila nakikita. Hindi pa po nakikita nung last time na nag-perform kami dito. Siyempre, pinaghandaan namin ng mga taga-Dubai. Siyempre, di naman kami babalik po dito na walang baong pasabog.
Performance na talagang hindi nyo po makakalimutan na mag-iiwan ng alaala.
The group is set to conquer the Dubai concert stage anew after their highly lauded performances in the sold-out Dubai leg of Morissette's Made concert series. Tickets to the Wishfuls live in Dubai are available at platinumlist.net and at the concert venue itself. The concert will be held tomorrow at Boracay Asiana Hotel at 7 p.m. local time. Leslie Longbowen, UNTV News and Rescue.